Hey Virgos! Welcome and welcome back to the Honeyseastar Tarot. So this is going to be your weekend read from March 8th through March 10th. I can't believe we're already almost at the middle of March. So just wanted to quick do a shout out here and thank you guys so much for all your shares and love and support. It's been amazing just to see the channel grow, but also to go on this journey with all of you. And so to each and every one of you, I just wanted to say thank you and I love you. So to get us started, let's go ahead and clear our energy together. And so let's take a deep breath in. Spirit, help guide us this weekend as we move into some very fiery energy here, astrologically speaking, so that we can best use our discernment, best see your signs and recognize them, and live our best dreams into reality with gratitude. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's start with the tarot here. So, as we're coming into this weekend on March 8th, the moon's going to be in Aquarius, and also too, it's conjunct with Venus. And so we're coming into this weekend feeling very tender, very nurturing. There's a motherly aspect about us that's really shining at this point. But most importantly with that Aquarius moon is it's all about relationships and connections. And so connections with others, with friends, family, and loved ones will absolutely touch us very deeply. And it's a wonderful time as well where with the moon moving from Aquarius into Pisces, where it'll make us very sensitive and kind of put us in our emotional side. Or so we're thinking with our head and our heart is kind of what I'm trying to say, but didn't do a good job of it. But either way, we're starting out with the Six of Cups. And so I think the tarot is really mirroring this astrologically speaking. And so, you're definitely feeling a lot of nostalgia. There's an influence of the past that's currently being put on the present. But more importantly, it's lending itself to a gentle compassion. Spirit is reminding us with the Six of Cups that Spirit is with us every step of the way, and more importantly, there's a balance and a symmetry, as well as a harmony within the relationships and the love that we're sharing this during this time. And with the Six of Pentacles here, there's a generous nature about you. This is a really wonderful time, like I say, with relationships, with giving and receiving. And so what you really see is a lot of that harmony of reciprocity. And again, we've got the balance and symmetry reflecting here numerologically as well. Say that 10 times fast. But either way, you're imparting knowledge and experience. You're also, you're sharing with others. There's a lot of social justice and connection in regards to this, as well as financial fairness and financial management. And with the Page of Pentacles, what Spirit is saying here is you have taken the time, you have been learning, you've been a student, you've taken the diligence to gain new skills and to really grow new skills. And there is a new opportunity coming here this weekend. More importantly, too, you've got a lot of enthusiasm behind you and a lot of inspiration. And so absolutely expect good news about money, about career, but also, too, about the home. And with justice, you are standing in your integrity. There is a truth that you stand in. That is your power. You know your self-worth, and more importantly, you know your value. And this is a card where, with the justice, there's good karma and balance and harmony on your side with standing in that integrity and that truth. Spirit is also cautioning you as well that if there is any type of hastiness involved with this weekend, which we'll get into astrologically speaking here in a moment, be careful not to jump to conclusions during this time. Make sure to follow your intuition, remain grounded with Spirit, but also too with the 11 here too, what Spirit is really saying again is hold that balance of spiritual insight. And definitely the polarity with reciprocity, the giving and the receiving. Now, what I was talking about astrologically speaking here is that on March 9th, we've got the Pisces moon, but it's going to be in waning. So you're coming to an end of a cycle. If there's anything that is needing to be released, now is a wonderful time to do that. But more importantly, it moves us into a time of acceptance, of a new challenge. And the biggest challenge will be understanding the lessons learned and assimilating them into the 3D in a practical action. And so it's a wonderful time to reflect on your values, to stand in that integrity and stand in that truth. But the big thing as well is that we are coming into a change here. So Mercury is basically moving into Aries. And so it's going to lend itself to the mind. We'll be sharp, we'll be quick-witted, but more importantly, it gives us the ability and helps us with thinking constructively. And it really helps us with focusing on real practical action. And so it's a wonderful time to really, get a little boost of fire within us, or kind of light that fire within us, if you will. And with the Three of Cups here, victory is yours. I've seen this come up quite a bit in our readings, but celebration is in the wing. Make sure to celebrate those successes. But you'll absolutely see support of friendships, social events and community, as well as build sincere and meet and grow and foster new sincere allies. And so really now is the time where unity is your strength. And so if anyone has been struggling, if you've been going it alone, now is the time really, as hard as it is, don't be afraid to ask for help. There are so many people here in the community and in your life right now that want to help. It's just a matter of, knowing that how to help you. And so that really is a time where, Spirit is saying there's a synthesis in that, where being vulnerable, asking for help, people are ready to give it to you. And especially with that Cancerian energy, there's a lot of that dreamy, sensitive water energy between Pisces and Cancer that's really going to be, leading with the heart, if you will. And so what Spirit is cautioning you on is with the Five of Swords is now is not necessarily the time to be selfish. However, it is the time to be cunning. You've learned, you've seen defeat, you've seen humiliation, you've felt frustration and possibly endured loss during these times of hardships in the past. And now is the time really to understand that you don't have to go it alone. People are here for you. Spirit is here for you. You just have to ask. And I know that's a huge vulnerability. So like I say, if this resonates, please like, share, subscribe. Or if you feel comfortable, share your story in the comments below. That way we can also help support you and support each other here on this channel. This is a safe space, and I want it to be a safe space when I wanted it to be a safe space, still do, when I created it for us Virgos, to support each other, to lift each other up, and also to celebrate each other for the gift that we bring to the world. And so if you feel comfortable, share your story below. That way we can help, with lifting you up as well during this time. And with the Knight of Swords, Spirit is saying be brave. You are a fearless warrior. If you've not felt that power, now is the time to really understand your value, like we kind of looked at in the beginning of this. If anything, Spirit is cautioning you on temptation. Basically, if confrontation is holding you back, or arguments, if you've been seeing a lot of that, now is the time really where you're to remember who you are, to remember your power, and remember that you are an advocate for what you believe in. And that is those, the ethics, the integrity that you stand in. Your truth is what Spirit is really saying is, don't be tempted necessarily, or avoid temptation from straying away from that, because what you stand in, what you believe in, the gifts that you bring to the world really truly are uniquely yours, and more importantly are needed and uniquely needed. Now with Sunday on the 10th, we are going to also be coming into a new moon, which basically is in Pisces still, I promise. Actually, I shouldn't promise, but either way, you know what I mean. I have no control over the stars. But basically, that's where, again, emotions rule. You know, there's harmony in relationships, and there's also a harmony with the androgynous, you know, parts of both, you know, balance within each of us. And so embracing the feminine, embracing the masculine within us, and standing in that power, really, and balancing that head and the heart and standing in that power with our focus and our actions is really where we're going to be ending this weekend, which is absolutely gorgeous. There's a wonderful duality with that. Tarot is kind of mirroring that at this time. I apologize. I have 2 kittens, as you can see. It's playtime, so please forgive the noise in the background. But either way, sorry, getting back to this, focusing. Okay, so basically with the 2 of Swords, there's a duality, you know, with that balance, with the feminine and the masculine. And there's also a balance with it, with that Libran energy here too. And so now is the time really to embrace that. And same thing with the 2 of Pentacles. You will see it is a bit of a juggling. However, finding that balance, there's such a harmony within that. And within that multiple responsibility aspect that the masculine and the feminine hold for us, that really it basically lends itself to unlimited potential and possibilities within us, with what we're capable of growing and with sowing, but also too with what you're building, with where you're going forward. Now also too on the 10th, so after the new moon, the moon's going to be moving into Aries, and so you will also feel between that and Mercury being in Aries a bundle of energy. It's going to reinstill and reinvigorate the confidence that we have in our own skills. And so what I love is, you know, there's unlimited potentials here with the 2 of Pentacles, and unlimited possibilities too with what it brings as for what you bring, for what you've been building. And with the 5 of Pentacles here, what Spirit is saying is if you've endured, you know, material or spiritual poverty, or been feeling that helplessness, possibly even enduring any financial difficulties, or feeling a desperate, or having that unease of desperation, you know, even to feeling mentally imprisoned because of it, you know, please, you know, like, share, subscribe, but also too, you know, share in the comments below. That way we can help support each other during this time. Because the new moon here in Pisces is really going to be, you know, putting us in our emotions. The other thing too with it is if you've been suppressing any type of emotion like that, don't be surprised if it kind of comes up and puts you in your feels this weekend. Basically, for anything that we have been suppressing, the Pisces new moon will really bring us back to those unresolved emotions. And so it gives us a chance to really relook those over, and more importantly, to remember how far we've come. And so, you know, like I say, if anyone has been feeling any type of conflicts, financial issues, or just feeling, you know, dissatisfied or outcast, with the Magician, what Spirit is saying is be prepared for that to change. You know, you have a constructive and spiritual creative power within you, and it's a mastery. You've taken the time to develop these skills, which you've been learning, which you've been building. These plans are and ideas are ready to manifest, and everything really truly is ready. Also too, I do want to point out that the moon on the 10th is going to be moving over to Aries. And so if anyone has been doubting their confidence or doubting their skill, now is the time where astrologically we're also going to be getting assistance from Aries moon. It's going to reinvigorate, reinstill, and re-inspire the confidence that we have in our own skills with what we bring to the table. And more importantly, to reignite that passion within us. Now, side tangent, I do see the potential of, you know, new relationships, new partnerships, but also too, decision is kind of where I see that. And with the 6 as well, numerologically, I see you'll be finding and feeling a lot of balance with really knowing that what you're doing, you are on the right path. What you're doing is absolutely meant to be, and meant to be for you. And more importantly, like I say, with that moon in Aries, Mercury is also in Aries, and they're currently going to be moving into conjunction. And so it's a great starting point. Basically, it's a basis for all business. And more importantly, it puts us in a sound mind of good judgment. With the Page of Swords too, the tarot is reflecting that too. You know, you've got the assertiveness, the curiosity, quick wit, but also too, you're clever. Spirit is saying now is the time to really utilize your intellect, utilize your communication, and utilize that energy that we're getting, that help that we're getting. Because basically at this time with that conjunction, all preparation for business that you have been working so hard to do will lead to success. And with the Ace of Pentacles, this is a fresh start. You know, prosperity and success is happening here, and it's coming soon. And more importantly, you are standing and meeting the challenge. And more importantly, you're standing and meeting that challenge with your intelligence. With the Queen of Swords, you're confident, you're indomitable. I love that word, just saying. But also too, you're independent. You're highly principled, and by standing and following those principles and ethics, that's where your success lies. And at the bottom of the deck too, I mean, to end this in this way, this is just crazy awesome. So you've got the self-control with the King of Pentacles. You're enterprising, but more importantly, you're steady. You know, slow and steady wins the race, and it leads to an emphasis on security. So keep going. Don't overdo it, but keep doing what you're doing, because it will lead to success. And to end with the Empress and, oh my Lanta. Okay, I promise I'll stop. The Two of Cups and then the Fool. Wow. Okay, so expect, you know, with the Empress, you are standing in your power, and more importantly, you are very fertile during this time. Just be forewarned. Or encouraged if you're trying. But either way, with the Two of Cups, you know, expect harmony, mutual attraction, compatibility, new relationships, new cooperation, and a duality with meeting that. Like I say, the feminine and the masculine, and the head and the heart. And this is a Fool's journey. This is your new start. And so if this resonates, by all means, please like, share, subscribe. That way we can help get the message out to more Virgos. But also too, if you feel comfortable, you know, share your story in the comments below. That way we can help celebrate each other's successes together. Now, I just want to pull some oracle cards here. And so these are the spirit animal oracles. What we pulled is the dragon. So basically, Spirit is saying supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. That is absolutely gorgeous. So like I say, this is the weekend where confidence will be reinstilled and reignited within you. And with the horse, you know, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So keep going. This is just gorgeous. I absolutely love that. Also too, let's do some place oracles here. That way we can help recognize the signs. And so Spirit, help show us and guide us the signs that we're meant to see this weekend. That way we can best pay attention, keep our eyes forward, but also wide open. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. And so at the top of the deck, wow, this is cool. So this is the weekend. With that boost of confidence, you will be feeling at home in your own skin. As I would put it, like out of the mind and into the body. There is a familiarity. You're going to be feeling like your old self. You're like your strong Virgo self. But also, too, there is a comfort. You will be in your flow. And in the middle of the deck here, you know, we pulled the Restaurant. And so if anyone has been dabbling with the culinary arts, or struggling with overload, with working too hard and not celebrating, what Spirit is really reminding us with this Restaurant is now is the time to network, to socialize, build those relationships, but also celebrate our successes. And at the bottom of the deck, we pulled the Temple. And so with the Temple, it speaks to, spiritual practices, meditation, reflection. Really, Spirit is saying here, connect with nature, connect with your temple, both your inner temple, the body, as well as your outer temple, your surroundings, however you find your guidance or your grounding. And make sure to, hold that connection steadfast with Spirit. And like I say, with that moon in Aries and that conjunction with Mercury, all preparation that you have been working so hard towards for business, for what you're building, all roads lead to success. And so I also do want to pull a few Cosmo oracles, that way we can lend the knowledge from the stars here, from our star seeds. So Spirit, help guide us. Thank you. Okay. And so it says, stop pushing against what is, align with it and move on. And that's absolutely gorgeous. And so like I say, follow the flow. This is the weekend where you will be feeling back into your old self. If anyone's been doubting yourself, astrologically we'll get some help from the stars with that Aries moon as well as Mercury conjunction. But in the middle of the deck here too, stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders. Remember, you are only you. But more importantly, that is your gift to the world, is you being you. You don't have to change the world or heal the world, but more importantly, to lend your gift to the world will help it heal itself. And at the bottom of the deck, guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let it go. And so I don't know if anyone's been struggling with any type of guilt or with letting go of the past and unfortunately been feeling the past withholding you back due to those unhealed wounds. But now is the time, really where some pranayama can really help with opening those chakras and getting the flow. And more importantly, practicing acceptance, forgiveness. And more importantly, that feeling, reinvigorating the feeling of life and creation instead going forward. Now, I'm just looking at the major arcana here too. For anyone that practices music therapy, music is another great way for any type of energy blockages to really get things flowing and moving again. As a reminder too, with any type of cleanse, you really want to remember to take in water. Water holds memory, and so with any type of detox, it's always good to replenish and to refill. Okay, so I'm just taking a look here. So we've got E and D, F sharp, 2 F sharps. Ooh, 2 F sharps and 2 E's. Very beautiful. Cool. So if anyone does practice music therapy, I'd recommend trying a few of these notes, dabbling around with some improv, get some movement going. Like I say, drink some water afterwards, but also too, some deep breathing pranayama I think is on the table for this week. But main thing is that all preparation that you've been working so hard for and so hard towards for business will lead to success. This Aries moon and this conjunction between Mercury and the moon is the starting point and the basis and the foundation that you've been working so hard for. So I hope this resonates. Please like, share, subscribe if it does. And more importantly, thank you guys so much for all your love and support, and thanks for listening. Love and light, take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.